Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Once more, good evening and welcome to this great platform of wisdom. Welcome to Impact Insurance Team. My name is Mame Kayla, and Impact is a platform for exchange of wisdom. And as usual, we have a beautiful audience with us here in the studio tonight. Please let's welcome them with a round of applause. It's always a pleasure to have you here. And would you all join me, please, with a round of applause? Let's welcome our host of tonight, the Senior Pastor of Hilltop Faith Ministries International, the one and only Reverend Steve.
Thank you. I'm happy to see you all. Thank you very much for being here, and thank you very much for following this series from the beginning. I'm so glad, I'm so happy. I have been talking about the ladder of exploit. I believe this should be the fourth part of this ladder of exploit. We are on Impact, and so this is ladder of exploit. I'm taking a series titled Ladder of Exploit. In the first part, we talk about the background. We talk about the ground on which the ladder will stand, which is the ground of knowledge. In the second part, we talk about a vision. In the part 3, we talk about diligence. And tonight, we're going to be talking about something very, very important, very, very powerful. And if this is missing in your life, something great is missing. It's what I call discipline. Discipline. And no matter how great you are in life, without discipline, you will soon fall down. No matter how high you are in life, without discipline, you will soon find yourself on the ground. Now let me start from the Bible. I'm going to be reading from the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 12. 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 12. I say, all things are lawful unto me, but all things are not expedient. Now it's explained here. It says, all things are lawful for me, but I will not be brought under the power of any. All things are lawful for me, but I will not be brought under the power of any. Let's look again at 1 Corinthians chapter 10. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 23. Something very powerful is there. The same thing, but I want us to look at it in another way. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 23. All things are lawful for me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but all things edify not. I love the way it ended this. In chapter 6, verse 12, he said, I will not be brought under the power of any. Then he said again here, he said, but all things edify not. All things are lawful. Now, when you're talking about discipline, the way Paul explained here, he said, yes, I may be permitted to do everything. The law may permit me to do everything. My position may permit me to do everything. My capacity may permit me to do all this, but I should not do everything because I am permitted to do it. It's not everything that your capacity allows you to do, you do. It's not everything that the society permits you to do, that you do. Sometimes in life, the reason why people fall is not because the resources are not available for them. It's because the resources are too available for them. Many people are finding it difficult to navigate between surpluses. Many people have misbehaved in life and in ministry and in whatever they do because resources have been too available for them. They have so much resources and they couldn't even understand how they will live. It's just like you drop an ant into the midst of sugar, into the box of sugar. You get confused. Sometimes in life, it is not really lack of opportunity that make people to misbehave. It is presence of too many opportunities. Discipline, ability to control yourself. Discipline, ability to put yourself under check. Ability to do the right thing without supervision. That is what we're talking about tonight. Ability to do the right thing without supervision. Ability to put yourself under check. Ability to control yourself. If you want to make exploit in life, it must get to a place where your discipline will be tested. Until your discipline is tested, nobody will commit great things into your hand. It takes discipline to be distinguished. It takes discipline to get to the top. It takes discipline to succeed in life. It takes discipline to make exploit in life. If you leave your life to chance, you won't stand any chance of making exploit. What do I mean by if you leave your life to chance? I mean, you just respond to what happens around you. That is why I started from the ground of knowledge. And I got to the level of vision. And I got to the level of hard work. One of the pain I have seen in Africa is that Africans live at the mercy of their environment. The environment dictates to them what they should do. And that is why the reason why we have seen a lot of failures in Africa, the reason why we have seen a lot of backwardness in Africa is that we respond to what the environment dictates to us. We respond to what situations dictate to us. We respond to what the nation, the government, or let me call it the system, present to us. So actually, we don't have control over our life. We are being controlled by the system. Now we've forgotten that men make system. Men make system. And now, if we don't understand that the system that controls us actually has no reason controlling us, then we will have problems with our lives. Discipline is the ability to be at the driver's seat of your life. Many people are being controlled by their neighbors. They wake up in the morning to live according to what the neighbor is determining for them. I mean, what the neighbor is making them to feel. Now, for example, let me tell you something. If somebody can make you happy and make you angry, then the person is controlling your life. You don't have a control over your life. If you still have people that can make you angry and that can make you happy. I tell people that I am the custodian of my happiness. It is difficult for you to make me happy, and it's difficult for you to make me sad. If I want to be happy by what you do, it's because I give you the chance. If I want to be sad by what you do, it's because I give you the chance. I have the right over my heart, and I have control over my heart. Now you see people spend their days try to live according to what people push to them. The society determines what happens, and you follow. So if you operate by whatever comes your way, you won't achieve anything at the end. If you operate by whatever comes your way, everything that comes your way is what dictates how you do. They bring this one, you take it. They bring this one, you take it. It's just like a young man who went to the party. And when they bring juice, he drinks. They bring beer, he drinks. They bring brandy, he drinks. They bring whiskey, he drinks. Anything they bring, he drinks. They bring all kind of food. Before you know, he has he has drunk everything there, then ate everything there, and the following day he begins to disturb the environment. Mm-hmm. Begin to disturb the family in the hospital, spend money in the hospital, and all that. So that is what I'm talking about. That it is not everything that is thrown at you that you respond to. It is not everything that the society push at you that you respond to. Sometimes it may even look good. The Bible says that there are ways seemeth right unto a man, but the end is eternal destruction. It is only a man of discipline that can control himself and know what is good and what is not good. And that is what we're looking at tonight. Ability to know, or cultivating ability to put your life under your personal control. Most students and people fail in life because of lack of discipline. They do things as they come. Can you imagine someone gets up in the morning and he has no plan for the day? So he's definitely going to respond to everything that comes his way. A friend will come, let's go and drink, we'll go together. This one will come, let's go here, we'll go together. Because he's jobless, he has no plan for the day. He has no discipline. Anything that comes his way, that is what he does. Because you may have a vision, yet, and you are very hard working, but you are a jack. Who is a jack? A jack is the man who does everything but never masters anything. Running a life without discipline is like running a car without brake. Because when you are running a car, sometimes you have to slow down, you have to turn. Every time you have to apply or you want to do something, you need a brake. Because the speed will not be uniform. The speed will not be constant. There are some places you have to run fast. There are some places you have to run slow. There are some places you have to just maintain an average speed. There are some places you just need to even park. And that is why one of the most important things in a car is a brake. Because it is the brake that controls the movement. Now, discipline controls the movement of a man. It is discipline, the power of discipline that controls the movement of a man, controls when a man should run, when he should slow, and when he should operate on an average speed. Now, if a man doesn't understand or doesn't have ability to discipline himself, He will step on toes. He will waste his time. He will waste his resources. He will always be full of regret. Because many a time there are things he will do, and it is until after he has finished doing it that he will realize that he has made a mistake. Yes, some things can be very enticing. It's just like a woman who is not disciplined, who goes to the market. He will end up buying things that she does not need. Yeah. Then she will get to the house and remember the things that she actually took to the market. Very correct. You understand? Yeah, I have seen women, they went to the market and actually forgot the real thing that took them to the market because they were not disciplined. And you will never know how disciplined you are until you have the cash and you have all the opportunity. You understand? Many people can be disciplined by poverty. I'm not poverty can discipline you. And your real person has not come out until you have excess. You have enough. Are you understanding me? Yes. No, that is why people say that when I used to know him, he used to be a good man when he was not having money, but now that he has money, he's a very stupid person. Money has gotten to no. Money only reveals the hidden potential that has been trapped by poverty. You understand? The hidden potential that has been trapped by poverty. I mean, it's just like alcohol. Somebody will tell you that somebody will insult you and say all nonsense to you, and at the end he will say because he was drunk. No, he was not drunk. Alcohol gives him the confidence to say things he would have said in his heart when he was not drunk. You know, a man who is not having enough money or enough opportunity or power, you will never know how disciplined he is until he has power. Now, how to be disciplined? Let's look at how to be disciplined. Number one, place a greater value on essential things. Place a greater value on essential things. I mean, when I say place a greater value on essential things, I mean you must have scale of preference. You must have scale of preference. Every day, many things confront you, many things you want to do. You want to go to the market, you want to do this, you want to see friends, you want to go to the internet, you want to make some research, you want to read book, you want to pray. Now, so discipline begins by placing value on essential things. Placing value on essential things. And then another thing is to be able to identify what are the essential things. Yeah, because the problem of some people is that they are not able to identify what are essential things. Let me just give you the simple way to identify what is an essential thing. What is an essential thing to you is whatever that helps your vision to realization. Whatever you know will boost the opportunity of realizing your dream, actualizing your dream, bringing your vision into fulfillment is very essential. Of course. So, how do you judge essential things? You judge essential things by the order of importance to your vision. Sometimes some relationship may not be important to your vision. And yes, some relationship may not be important to your vision. Now sometimes you need to cut away from some people, not because they are bad people. Actually, they make you happy, but they are not adding anything to your vision. Relationships are expensive. That's one thing that people don't know. Now, one of the most expensive things in this world is relationship. You spend to maintain relationship. You spend time, which is more valuable than money. Are you understanding me? You spend emotion. You forgo opportunities and you spend money. The first three things I mentioned are very expensive, and sometimes they are even they are priceless that money cannot buy. You understand? Sometimes you even spend grace. Sometimes you even spend grace to maintain a relationship. Placing value on essential entails drawing order of priority in agreement to the fulfillment of your vision. In agreement to the fulfillment of your vision. Number two, order your priority intelligibly. I mean, when you are setting your priority, do it intelligibly. Don't be sentimental in ordering your priorities. One of the major problems with ladies is that they order their priority foolishly. There is no intelligence in what they do. Are you getting what I'm saying now? I mean, how do you explain a lady who places much importance on makeup than the virtue inside of it? He places so much importance on makeup. Now, makeup in a lady's life it belongs to the marketing department. Like I always say, makeup belongs to marketing department. Clothing belongs to marketing department. Hairdo belongs to marketing department. But what about production department? How do you get into marketing? How do you lay emphasis on marketing without the production? So if you're doing nothing productive with your head, with your mind, and you're placing so much importance or priority on makeup, what are you making of? You're making of what? Before you begin to put so much importance on makeup, on your appearance, what about the inside? I think before the container is considered, the content is the principal thing.
Yeah.
I think before you buy makeup, you should buy a book. You understand what I'm saying now? You should add value to your inside before you begin to add value to your outside. Because if you add value to your outside, at the end of the day, they realize that there is nothing inside, you will still be left alone at the end of it. So order your priority intelligibly. Order your priority intelligibly. You have to sit down and be very intelligent in ordering your priorities. Now, the third one on how to be disciplined is to operate by schedule. Don't just do things. Don't just go places. Don't just answer things. Don't just do anything without a schedule. Before you sleep every day, make sure you plan the next day. Because most of the time when you get up in the morning, you may not even have time to plan the day. So before you sleep, you have two work to do before you sleep. You evaluate the day and then you plan the following day. So what do you do when you evaluate? When you evaluate, you identify your flaws. You identify your gains. You identify your flaws. What did you gain for the day? And what did you lose for the day? Sometimes you may lose time. Sometimes you lose time. Sometimes you lose energy. Sometimes you even lose money. Sometimes you lose opportunity. So you have to check, what did I lose this day? And what did I gain? And if you have to put the two on the scale. Which one is bigger? If your loss is more than your gain, then you actually lost it today. So that will help you to plan the following day. And when you are planning, you try as much as possible not to lose more. Are you understanding me? And how do you do that? You have to identify, why did you lose? Maybe you have gone to spend time where you ought not to be. Or you spend time doing what you ought not to be doing. Or you spend time thinking what is not supposed to be your thought. You're thinking about the past that you cannot change. Sometimes we dwell on the past that we cannot change. And then we leave the future that we can influence. In my book, Life Without You, I made an analysis. When you sit in a car, there are glasses in the car. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Now you will see that the glass that makes you to see the front is far bigger than the one that makes you to see behind. The one that makes you to see behind is just small, and the small one here. Now they are not full to make the one that makes you to see the front big and the one that makes you to see the back small. Minimize the time that you spend on thinking about what has passed and dwell more on what is in front of you. Operate by schedule. I'm talking about operating by schedule. Schedule your day. You have 24 hours. How many hours do you need to sleep out of 24 hours? Tell yourself the truth. How many hours do you need to sleep? How many hours do you need to pray? How many hours do you need to study? Spiritually, secularly. Tell yourself the truth that I don't need this now. I don't need this now. So you have to schedule yourself. This is how I want to spend my day. From 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. This is what I want to do. And you must discipline yourself to stay by it. Between 7 and 12, this is what I want to do. Between 12 and 2, this is what I want to do. Between 2 and 6, this is what I want to do. Between 6 and 8, this is what I want to do. Between 8 and midnight, this is what I want to do. And you have devices to put this thing into operation, like your mobile phone. Your mobile phone. You can use your mobile phone to control yourself. Yeah, there are facilities on your mobile phone, like reminder, to do, and this and that. Back in those days when I was struggling to discipline myself at the earlier stage of the ministry, struggling to discipline myself, one of the reasons why I got an Android phone was to be able to control myself. So I set my time, I set my things on my Android phone. So my phone gives me a reminder, like alarm. So like 2 p.m., my phone will remind me I have to go study. So if I'm not studying at that time, the phone will remind me that study time, and I will obey it. Because sometimes we get carried away by other activities. We get carried away by visitors. And I will not be shy to tell the visitor, please, I have something to do right now. You know, sometimes we are so shy and we shy away our lives. Yeah. Because if you fail in life, they will still abandon you. Nobody is ever a friend to failure, but everyone is a friend to success. So operate by schedule. Operate by schedule. Number 4, learn to function without supervision. Learn. One of the ways to be disciplined is to learn to function without supervision. Learn to function without supervision. If they have to remind you what you have to do, then you have a problem. If they have to remind you that you have to do this, then you have a problem. If they have to remind you that you have to go this way, you have to go and do this, then you have a problem. At the age of 25, as a man or a woman, they still need to control you and tell you that you need to do this, then you have no problem. So function without supervision. How do you know a mature person? How do you know a mature man? How do you know a mature lady? You know a mature man and a mature lady by his or her ability to operate without supervision. If you are still under supervision, then you are not qualified to stand. You are not qualified to be called a man. You are a boy. If you are still under supervision, you are not qualified to be called a woman. You are just a girl. Function without supervision. Don't wait to be told. I love supervision. Supervision is good. But sometimes supervision can be slavery. Even if it's not slavery. Even if it's not slavery. Someone that needs constant supervision cannot lead. Leaders are those who take action. Leaders are those who are proactive, who knows the next thing and then act on it immediately and work on it immediately. So you must learn how to function without supervision. Then the 5th one here is make the most use of your time. Time is more valuable than money. Poor people who call themselves poor, they have time. The rich people don't have time. Are you understanding? Now the rich people that they call rich people, they don't have time, but they have money. The poor people are looking for money. They have time. The rich people, they are looking for time, but they have money. There are sometimes, even at my level of entrepreneurship and my level of pastoral, that sometimes I wish that the day can be extended to 30 hours because I need more time. Do you understand? Because sometimes I set to go for myself and I'm not able to achieve it in the day. I need more time for me to get those things done before the day is over. But some people have the time. They are blessed with time. And that is why you see, anybody that has too many times will lack money. You have that time because it has not been converted to anything. Are you understanding? Yes. You have to learn how to convert the time you have onto money. You have to convert the time onto resources. Converting the time you have onto resources. So if you claim to have time, then it is because you have something that has not been converted. How do you describe someone who can barely feed himself? He has a wife and 6 kids, and he wants to have a 7th one. Yeah, he has all the time in this world, and the only asset he has is time. Some people's only asset is time. It is discipline that will teach you to convert. Now, how do you do this? Make every time count. Make it count. Be productive at every time. Meaning, if you have to sit down, make sure that your sitting down is productive. There are some sitting that is productive. Do you know that? Yes. Some of the sitting that you sit down to do research, you think, you brainstorm. Yeah. If you are sitting and waiting for somebody, make sure that sitting is going to produce something. Look. If you have to go talk, make sure that the talk is productive. The talk is going to bring something out. But going to a friend's house to go and discuss about another friend. That is the most stupid thing in this world. And that's what we do in Africa. We pay transport. We have little money, we pay transport from the little money to go to another person's house. And then we sit in another person's house to talk about another person. That's the most foolish thing on earth. To make most use of your time is to make sure that you invest every time. You invest every time. Listen to me very well. One of the resources that God gave to us to multiply is time. Time is very, very important. People who don't take time into consideration. Like in church. You give them 30 minutes to do something. They want to extend it to 35 minutes and say it has been led by the Spirit. It's a lie. Don't believe such lie anywhere. If you are given 1 hour to preach, it is 1 hour to preach. Spirit will never lead you beyond 1 hour. It's emotion that leads you beyond 1 hour. You give them 5 minutes to go and share grace, they will start another sermon there. They say, and the Spirit led me. Spirit did not lead you. Your emotion led you. You want to be heard. Discipline matters in life. Discipline matters in ministry. God is a God of time. He created time. Meaning that it is important. And the Bible said in the book of Ecclesiastes, under the heaven, everything responds to time and season. So, use your time wisely. Make the most use of it. Make it productive. Are you understanding? Even if you have to sleep, make it a productive sleep. Someone is going to ask me what is a productive sleep. Yeah. A productive sleep is that you are sleeping because you have done something. If you have not done anything, why are you sleeping? Yeah. If you've not done anything, don't go and sleep. Stay awake. Real dream is not happening when you are sleeping. Real dream is what keeps you away from sleeping. Real dream is not what you have when you sleep. Real dream is what keeps sleeps away from you. A man with a dream never sleeps. How can you sleep with a dream? I mean, you are jobless, you're not doing anything, and then you sleep. You don't have a dream. Use your time wisely. There is a difference between resting and sleeping. The Bible did not say God slept. It said God rested. And one day I came across, he said, he that keepeth Israel never sleeps nor slumber. Rest is more important than sleep. Rest. You don't go sleep to rest. You enjoy yourself to rest. You're sleeping in the night is an evidence of failure. People who are succeeding, the leaders, achievers, they don't sleep. They rest. So there's a difference. Resting your body and sleeping. You can be resting your body and sleep off. That is resting the body. You're resting the body. But you've not eaten. You didn't go to work. You don't have a dream. You don't have a vision. You don't have anything you are doing. Everybody is going to sleep in the night. You too, you go and sleep. There are signs to know that someone is disciplined. When you see somebody in their character, the characteristic of a disciplined person. Number one is that he has an attitude of gratitude. What do I mean? He easily says, thank you. That is where discipline starts from. Ability to be thankful. Now, you can't be thankful until you know value. And it's only a man that is disciplined that knows values of things. Are you understanding me now? Because a disciplined man never takes anything for granted. So a little thing you do to him, he says thank you. The second way to know a man that is disciplined is always learning. He's always in quest for knowledge. He's always searching for knowledge. He's always trying to do better. He's always want to stay at the top. One very common thing about people who are disciplined is this. They are always in quest for more knowledge. And because they know that they can't stand at the top without more knowledge. Are you understanding me now? Yes. Life is a race. And race is about discovery. And discovery is about searching for knowledge. Discovering new things is away from God. So a disciplined man is always seeking for more knowledge, always seeking to know more. Then another way to know a disciplined man, exercise. It takes a lot of discipline to do exercise. He may not have to go to the gym, but he has a way of doing exercise. It takes discipline to keep your car at home sometimes and walk on food. It's not easy. It takes discipline in the morning to wake up and go on your machine and you run on the treadmill. It takes discipline to jog. It takes discipline to do your press up. Now, the fourth one is healthy eating. Healthy eating. Healthy eating. Let me tell you the truth. If you see someone who likes eating healthy, he's a disciplined person. It will not take a lot of time for him to be rich or to be great or to succeed in life. Healthy eating. People who eat carelessly, they never amount to anything in life. They don't achieve their dreams, even when they have one. They don't realize their vision. Are you understanding me? Now take these pointers and check it very well. So you will easily identify those who are disciplined and those who are not disciplined. Healthy eating. They don't just eat anything you bring to them. Look, one of the most disciplined animals is the lion. Lion doesn't eat dead meat. Am I correct?
Yes.
The most disciplined bird is eagle. Eagle doesn't eat dead meat. He hunts his meat and himself and eat and leave the rest. And eat the good part. The vulture comes and eat the rubbish part. Are you understanding me? And you can compare the beauty of a vulture and an eagle. In life, the first thing you have to be able to be disciplined about is your health. Health is wealth. No matter how wealthy you are, if your health is in jeopardy, you're in trouble. Are you understanding me? The whole world is in a mess today now because the health of the whole world is in jeopardy. Everybody is afraid. Health is one of the most important things. So whoever that is not disciplined with his health, with her health, is not disciplined about life. The last one I will mention tonight to tell you how to identify a disciplined person is smiling. Let me tell you, it takes discipline to smile. I'm not saying laughing. Laughing can be caused by anything. But smiling takes a lot. I value smiles more than laughter. Are you getting what I'm saying? See, I value smiles more than laughter. Laughter is provoked from external. Smile, most of the smiles are provoked by what happens internally. You understand? Yes. If you see somebody who smiles constructively, is a very, very disciplined person. Someone who is not disciplined doesn't smile anyhow. He may laugh anyhow, but he doesn't smile anyhow. It takes a stable mindset to be disciplined. No one has ever achieved anything in the body of Christ without Jesus. Jesus was disciplined. He had all the capacity and the power. He had everything. He had everything to the extent that they thought of making him the king. He ran away. Now look at when he was there and the devil had to come and tempt him. If he was not disciplined about healthy eating, he would have turned the stone to bread. He was so disciplined. He knew when to start. He knew when to end. He knew when to move and when not to move. He knew when to talk and when not to talk. A man that is not disciplined, that has power, will misbehave. Discipline keeps you out of trouble. Discipline keeps you out of unnecessary trouble. Discipline keeps you out of unnecessary sickness. Discipline keeps you out of unnecessary stress. Discipline keeps you out of unnecessary wastage of energy. So, on the ladder of exploit, the third point there, the third stage there is the stage of discipline. I've asked successful men, successful athletes, successful journalists, successful film actors and actresses, they will tell you that one of the things that kept them going was the power of discipline. Because let me tell you something. It takes time to do things over and over again to achieve great results. And it's only discipline that can keep you doing something over and over again. It takes it. Even in your character, you have to discipline yourself. In your character. Because there are some things that your capacity will permit you to do, but you have to tell yourself no, because of where you're going. Haven't you seen many people that get married and become pastor and divorce? Haven't you seen people that got married and become president and divorce and realize that their wife doesn't fit in? It is lack of discipline. They didn't tell themselves the truth. So they want to consume things. There are some times, if you don't discipline yourself, you will carry what does not belong to you. And tomorrow you want to be changing it. Hello? Yes. Most of divorce cases we have is lack of discipline. Lack of discipline. They don't look at where they are going and then begin to control their activity towards arriving there. There are some kind of people you shouldn't talk to today because of where you're going. Because if you talk to them and you entangle yourself with them, by the time you get to where you're going, you will blame yourself. That's the truth. Discipline is very powerful. Nobody makes exploit without discipline. Get yourself deep. From the beginning I said, get knowledge, then get a vision, and then get dedicated and committed to your vision and discipline yourself. Thank you very much.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I must say this has been one of the most amazing sessions of this teachings that we're having with Reverend Steve. Please, ladies and gentlemen, can we all put hands together? You must bear with me that it was so interesting. Right now, we're going to go ahead and take our questions from our audience.
So you said discipline is the ability to be at the driver's seat of your life. Now, my question is this. How can a man evaluate his level of discipline in regard to his vision?
Thank you very much. Every vision has a guiding principle. Now, there is a place of mentorship and coaching. Now, what is mentorship and coaching? Our ability to look up to somebody, whether someone you can meet, you can speak to, or you cannot speak to. Using someone's life, someone's endeavors in life to measure yourself. Now, you need to have a mentor. Someone that can score you. Most of the time it's difficult to score yourself. Most of the time it's difficult to know that you are on the right track. Most of the time, because sometimes it's not easy actually to evaluate yourself. So someone must look after you. So when you're talking about how do you know whether your discipline is correct, and that is the place of your mentor. That is the place of your coach. Everyone should have a coach. So one of the steps on the ladder of exploit is the step of mentorship and coaching. So what answers your question in the best way is mentorship and coaching. Submitting under someone to mentor you. Looking up to someone to mentor you. Whether anyhow you can get, but you need to get someone to mentor you. The person is looking at you so keenly. He's looking at your life. He's able to tell you when you're not getting it well, when you are getting it well. And even if you don't have a direct access to the person, looking at his life as a model alone, getting access to his story, you will be able to measure yourself, and then you climb the ladder of exploit.
Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Reverend Steve. It's been an amazing session, so full of fun, and the deep things that he's shared with us here. Secrets of discipline. Actually, these are things that normally people will pay so expensively to get, but then you have them all here on HBN. Thank you to Reverend Steve, thank you to our wonderful audience, and thank you to you all who are watching us. We appreciate and love you. Thank you to everyone who subscribed to our channel. Thank you for liking, commenting, and even sharing our videos. And until next time, we love you. Stay glued to HBN, and see you next time. Bye-bye.